Good morning, dear student. After a half yearly examination, this was the first video after almost after 1 week. I am forwarding this video, and we were discussing about the supply and the elasticity of supply. Before this video, we have discussed the supply function. Today we are discussing about the law of supply. Law of supply, like law of demand, the law of supply also shows functional relationship between price of a commodity and the supply for a same commodity, and if other things remain constant. Now let us read this definition. Law of supply says that if price of a commodity increases, supply for the same commodity also increases, and vice versa, and oppositely. The reason behind this is why the increase in price lead to increase in the supply. The reason behind it is, if the price of a commodity increases, the seller found more profit to sell the product, so the seller tries to supply more unit of the commodity. In a simple word, price and supply for a commodity goes in a same direction. Now let us understand this with the help of a supply schedule. The price of a commodity was rupees 1. The quantity supplied was rupees 10, 220, 330, 440, and 550. And if you represent same on the graph, you will find the positive SS supply curve positive sloped and originated from the zero, origination point. Starting from the origination point or intersection point of x and y axis from 0, and it start upward to the right hand side. It means when the price goes up, the supply also increases, price comes down, and it also comes down. Now this is the schedule, and now some things which should the law of supply. Law of supply, certain things we assume that they remain constant. Number first, price of other good means, here we have discussed that price of substitute and complementary goods should remain constant. There is no change in state of technology. The technique of production used by the firm should not be changed. Third, prices of factor of production, land, labor, capital, these are called the factor of production. Their prices should not be changed, and there should be no change in taxation policy of the government. The government should neither increase the taxes nor decrease the taxes. The goal of the firm should remain the same. Mostly the goal of the firm is to profit orientation or gain more profit. The goal of the firm should not be changed. Now let us discuss some points about the law of supply. It states the positive relationship between price and quantity supplied, assuming no change in other factor. We have discussed in the graph, if we assume that there is no change in factor, with the increase in price 0 to 5, the supply will also increase from 0 to 50 units. It's a positive relationship. It is a qualitative statement, as it indicates the direction of change in the quantity supplied, but it does not indicate the magnitude. It is a qualitative, not a quantitative, in a sense that with the increase in price, the supply should also be increased, but how much, this is not answered by law of supply. Law of supply is a qualitative statement. In that sense, it will only say that what will happen if the price will increase, the supply will increase. If anybody will ask how much, then the law of supply is not going to answer. The how much is going to be answered by elasticity of supply. So this is assumed as a qualitative statement. We have the two type, quality and quantity. Third, it does not establish any proportional relationship between change in price and resultant. It do not. Now if we study the elasticity of supply, it shows the proportional changes between the price and the supply, but law of supply only shows the direction. Direction means price goes up, supply goes up, price goes down, supply also comes down. Only this is the direction. There is no proportion is shown. Law is one-sided, as it explains only the effect of change in price on the supply and not the effect of change in supply on the price. Now remember, price is the cause and the supply is the effect. Now if you will ask, what will happen if supply is increased, what will change in price? This is one-sided, no one can answer it. It means it is of no relevant question. Irrelevant question will be considered, because we considered price as a cause and supply as a effect. If we change supply as a cause and the price as a effect, then it becomes irrelevant. Now let us discuss some other reasons for law of supply. The reason I have told you, the foremost reason is the profit motive, because it is seller side concept. It is assumed that if the price increase, the seller find more profit margin, so tend to increase the supply of the commodity and vice versa. Change in number of firms. If generally price is increased, many new firms are attracted toward the market, because they assumes that the existing firm would be in profit. So obtaining this profit, many new firms enters in the market. So as a result, also supply will increase. Third, change in stock. When the price of a good increases, the sellers are ready to. Now if price increase, the sellers take out their goods from the godown and they offer it them for sale. So when price comes down, instead of selling them, they prefers to stock them in the godowns. So that this is the third reason. Now let us discuss about the exception of law of supply. There are 2 or 3 exceptions where law of supply does not apply. Number first, future expectation. If seller expect that there may be change in the price in the near future, then law of supply will not be applicable. For example, at the rate of 80 rupees per liter petrol, a seller is expecting the seller want to sell 1000 liters of the petrol. If the seller found that in the near future the price is going to 90 rupees per liter, now the law of supply will be changed. Increase in price will not increase in supply but decrease in supply. Why? Now the seller will stock the petrol in the godown and he will assume that after reaching the petrol at the rate of 90, then I will sell. So supply will be reduced. So there should be no expected change in future price. Second, agricultural goods. Generally, all agricultural products are exempted from the law of supply, because if price goes high, then also production of the agricultural product cannot be changed. So these the law of supply do not apply for the agricultural commodity. And third, it is not applicable for perishable commodity, perishable goods. Perishable goods are those goods whose lifespan is very short, just like a fruit, vegetable, milk, whose life is for 1 or 2 days. Fruit, vegetables, milk, meat, these are categorized as a perishable commodity which lifespan is very short or which can be damaged after certain a period of time, after a short period of time. Now law of supply do not applicable to these products because if a seller is selling a firm is supplying tomato, if after 2 or 3 days if he will stop the supply, it will be destroyed. So instead of keeping it stock, the seller preferred it to sell, either the rate is high or low. That's why perishable commodity. 4, rare articles. Rare article, these are just like a supply article, painting of Mona Lisa, or these rare articles law of supply do not apply. Backward countries, in economically backward countries, production and supply cannot be increased with a rise in price due to shortage of resources. If you have the poor country, in poor country, lack of resources and a lack of its proper utilization, maybe the price may be increasing but supply cannot be increased because resources cannot be utilized. So dear student, in the next lesson we will discuss about the movement along change in supply and change in quantity supplied. And for today it's thank you and